नमस्कार पढ़िबा जानिबा आउ जिनिबार कार्यक्रम टार्गेट लेट्स लर्न इंग्लिश को आपन को स्वागत। आज आमे आलोचना करिबा सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट विषय रे। पूर्व अध्याय रे आमे आलोचना करिथिले THE को केउ जगह रे द प्रोनाउंसिएट करिबा आउ केउ जगह रे दी प्रोनाउंसिएट करिबा। ताले आसंतु जानिबा ए द आउ दी को केउ जगह रे काहेके व्यवहार करिबा।
Hello viewers, today we are going to read about subject-verb agreement. But before that, you remember in the last episode when we were studying articles, a small part of it remained. So that I'll tell you, after that we will switch over to subject-verb agreement. So what was that? That was primary and secondary. That there are certain big buildings. For example, like school, college, court, church, market, prison. These buildings, when they are used for the purpose they are built, that is called principal, that is called primary purpose. They are used for the purpose they are built. Like for example, when students are going to school, school is made for students. So students are going to school, we cannot use the. But when we say parents are going to the school, because school is not made for them, they are not going to study. They are going to meet the principal or to pay the fees or whatever it is. So similarly, whenever someone is going to church for prayer, we cannot say the. She attends church every Sunday. But it is suppose, or a very beautiful or a historical church, someone wants to visit it, to watch it. Then you have to say she visited the church. Clear?
एबे हमें आलोचना करिबा सब्जेक्ट आ वर्ब मध्य रे थिबा संपर्क विषय रे। जदि गोटे सेंटेंस रे सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर अछि ताहले वर्ब भी सिंगुलर हबो। सेंटेंस रे जदि सब्जेक्ट प्लूरल अछि ताहले वर्ब भी प्लूरल हबो। ए सब्जेक्ट आ वर्ब मध्य रे थिबा संपर्क को आमे इंग्लिश रे कहू सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट। चलंतु ए सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट विषय रे अधिक किछि जानिबा अली सर ठारू।
Well, viewers, another important portion of grammar we are going to cover today is our subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement, in the sense what? What you understand by it? That your verb, the verb you are using, must agree with your subject. If subject is singular, verb is going to be singular. And if subject is plural, verb is going to be plural. Likewise, if our subject is first person, verb has to be first person. And if it is second or third person, it has to be accordingly changing. Like for example, I am telling you, say for subject verb agreement, the first rule, there is nothing to confuse as far as the names are concerned. Like when I say, suppose Ram and Hari. Ram and Hari are two persons you came to know because two different names. Ram and Hari are going, we will say. But instead of telling their names, if I say, suppose Ram is a manager of the team, Hari is the coach of the team. So the manager and coach are going, will say, or is going, because they can be same person also. Manager and coach can be same person, can be two different persons. If two different persons are playing or are going, if same person, we will use is. How to know that? easiest way to know is you just see how many articles being used. Number one use, you see. The rule is, in a sentence, if one article is used, then we come to know that we are talking about same person. The manager and coach is going or is playing or is standing. If the manager and the coach are playing or are watching, are sitting, because when we are using two does, two articles, we came to know that it is a plural sentence. We are talking about two persons. One article, one person, two articles, two persons. Clear? Second one is what you see. Certain words are there. If you use that in those in sentences, like each, every, either, neither, when you use these in a sentence, verb has to be singular. Verb has to be singular. Each boy is getting a prize. Everyone, like that, it will be singular only. Everyone is responsible for that. Clear? So next comes here. See, expression referring to same idea will always take singular verb. Expression referring to same idea. That means what? Whenever we use, like we are joining two nouns, but they refer to same idea. They refer to one idea. Like you say bread and butter. Okay. Then you say some examples there already. Like, slow and steady wins the race, you say. Okay, bread and butter is a wholesome food. So likewise, law and order sometimes you use. Law and order, two different things, two different words. But law and order has to be maintained. They refer to same idea. That is what. Next, a noun in singular form and collective sense. That means, listen here what happens. Basing on it, many questions come in your exam also. Like, suppose some collective nouns are there. The collective nouns will always take singular verb. Collective nouns will take singular verb. Collective nouns means what? Name given to a group. Name given to a group of persons or things or animals. They take singular verb. But what happens when words like committee, jury, whenever in committee, there may be 10 or 15 members. When those all committee members are unanimous in decision, when they are of the same opinion, committee is singular. Committee has taken the decision. Or committee is of the same opinion. But the moment members are divided, we use committee are divided. Some words like, committee, jury, parliament. When same opinion, we use singular. When different opinions, we use plural verbs. Achha. Then, whenever two nouns are joined with or, either or, neither nor. Two nouns are joined. Here what happens? Verb must agree with the nearest subject. Verb must agree with the nearest subject. That means if the sentence is the teacher or the students Like this book is yours, this book of poems is yours. So this adjectival phrase will not have any effect on the verb. Then comes your, some words are always plural. Some words always, some words like goggles, scissors, socks, okay, people, okay, cattle, they are always plural. They cannot be used in singular. And another one we are coming that often comes in exam also, last but not the least, that one, that if subject is a relative pronoun, subject is a relative pronoun, verb must agree with the antecedent. Like for example, I am giving you, see, for example, Dilip, who is my friend, plays in Ranji Trophy. Dilip, who is my friend. So here, who plays in Ranji Trophy, who is here subject? Dilip is the subject. So Dilip plays in Ranji Trophy. So who is my friend when you are telling? This is also, will not have any effect. Verb will agree with the original subject. Okay, another example, I who am. See, who is here the subject? So you have to use a verb after it. So you have to go back to antecedent. Antecedent is I. I who am. But in the previous sentence, what happened you see? Dilip who is. I who am. Dilip is a third person, so used like that. So this is subject-verb agreement. Your verb must agree with the subject in number and in person. This is all about subject-verb agreement.
एबे तीनोटी उदाहरणरू आमर कथा आरंभ करिबा। प्रथमटी होउची मु एबे आपनकु कहूची। द्वितीयटी हैला गत अध्याय रे मु आपनकु कहिथिली। तृतीयटी हैला आगामी अध्याय रे मु आपनकु कहिबी। मोर ए तीनोटी उक्ति कोन सूचौची? हां, मु कहूची प्रेजेंट टेंस, मु कहिथिली पास्ट टेंस, मु कहिबी फ्यूचर टाइम रेफरेंस। तेबे प्रेजेंट, पास्ट आउ फ्यूचर को नहीं आसंतु आउ टिके भलरे सुनी नबा अली सर को ठारू।
Dear viewers, now we are going to study the most important part of English grammar. It is also called heart of English grammar, because without it, very difficult for us to speak or to write. Basically, as you know, tense, there are three parts of it: present, past and future. But nowadays, we see future tense is no more called future tense. It is future time reference. And why it is called future time reference, that also I will let you know. But first, we will come to know as to how to use it. First, we will discuss about present tense. Present tense has 4 divisions: simple present, present progressive, at present perfect and present perfect continuous. Actually, the total use of it, are a lot. In the beginning, I have told you that we will not go in very much details. But then even whatever is required, we will do that. So in simple present, present tense, first one is simple present. Simple present where you use, just remember 2 uses. First, what we do normally. Normally what we do. Every day what we do, that is simple present. Like, a student can say, I go to school at 7. Or someone can say, I go to office at 10 o'clock. Because it is a normal work, every day's work. But whenever you talk about a work in continuous, then you can use present continuous, that is present progressive is called present continuous also. Like when you are telling and you are doing that. Whenever someone wants, you say, I am writing. That means you are already on the job. You are doing it. I am working. That means at the time of speaking, you are doing it. That is present progressive. And present progressive has some other use. Like, when you have planned to do something in future, you use present progressive. Like, maybe next month you want to do, and you say, I am going to Mumbai next week or next month. Instead of future, you're using present continuous because you have planned it already. And it is your personal arrangement. Okay? Similarly, present perfect. Present perfect is, you have completed that work. But you are not telling when you completed. Specific time you cannot say, you cannot use in present perfect. Like you can use words like, I have done it recently. I have done it just now. Present perfect is always used with today, this week, so far, since, etc. And then comes the fourth part of our present tenses, present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous is something, started in the past, still continuing. Like a student who's studying in a school, he says, I have been studying in this school for the last 5 years. That means he started studying 5 years back, still he studies. Someone staying at a place, I have been staying here, I have been living here for the last 2 years. That means he started doing it 2 years back, still he does it. And you see, when you read simple present, whatever action you do normally, you use that. With that, simple present is also used for planned action for future. And that is official arrangement. Like for example, our PM will come tomorrow to Bhubaneswar. So here you can say PM arrives in Bhubaneswar tomorrow. Because it has been planned. Roughly you can remember when a post you are talking about going or it is an official arrangement, you use simple present to tell future. And when your personal arrangement in future, you use present continuous. You say PM arrives here tomorrow, but you say I am going to Mumbai next week because that is your personal arrangement. Similarly, past. Past also has 4 divisions. Simple past, past progressive or past continuous, past perfect continuous. Simple past, like you say, whatever we say like I went or I did or he did. These all are simple past. When you use this, when you are using specific time. What is specific time? See, any day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is a specific time. Any date is a specific time. Any time or even yesterday is specific time. You have to say, I did it yesterday. I did it last week. Okay, he did it on Sunday, on 1st of this month. Whenever you use specific time, you have to use simple past. Present perfect you can't use. If you say, I have done it yesterday, wrong it is. I have done it today. Similarly, you cannot say, I did it today. Because I did is simple past, it will go with specific time. And then comes our past perfect. Past perfect, always whenever in a sentence we have two past verbs, the earlier one will have to use past perfect. Like you say, when I went to see my friend, he had already left his home. See, went टा भी past ହେଲା, had left टा भी past. किंतु मु जिबा आगुरु से चली गला जोटा आगो ही ची सेटा you have to say had left. And then past perfect continuous, started in the past, continued for some time and was over in the past. बर्तमान सेटा चालू नहीं. Present perfect continuous रे बर्तमान चालू ची. किंतु सेटा it started in the past, continued for some time and was over in the past. Like गोटे locality रे जन रहुतला. से कहला I had been staying there till 2012. बर्तमान से रहुनी. So this is present and past. We will read about future, future time, future tense is called future time reference nowadays. Why it is called that? We will read in the next episode. See you till such time. Goodbye. Thank you.
इंग्लिश कहवा बा लिखा को नहीं जदि मनरे कौन से भी प्रश्न आसूची आपण हमको निश्चय पचारे. आमर ईमेल एड्रेस हूँ sankalptv@gmail.com.